So hey what's up guys, Riotbox here and welcome back to another episode of the MotoGP 20 career mode, and this time we are starting to save up some more development points for the next three sort of areas of development. So I want to get into this point down here, low and medium speed, so we need 2000 for that one. And I want to start getting these nodes, which I could probably get, but I'm gonna, while I've got them researching, I'm gonna keep on researching sort of thing. So let's get straight into qualifying then for the Catalan Grand Prix. So here we are then in Q2, where Luti is the current pole sitter, 144 flat. I think we did a 43.5 in Q1. So if I can replicate that, yeah, we're already a 10th under Luti's time. It should hopefully be a race for pole position. So let's see if we can set a pole position lap time then. Come around the final corner then, and yeah, we're about 8 tenths underneath for the third sector, so let's see what the lap time is. It's a 43 flat, almost a whole second, well, just over a whole second quicker in the session, so that should be P1. Unfortunately, this is what we're going to have to put up with in career mode. We're about the AI are about a second off of the pace, well, if not more, because really I shouldn't be getting pole position with my bike, so they're probably about 1.5 seconds off. But anyway, we're here for the race, where obviously the AI are really good in the race, so that's okay. Let's see what we can do. I don't know what tyres to go for. It's a hot track. I'm going to go hard. I'm just going to push this to the limit. Whack a little bit of extra fuel on. So let's head down to the track then, where starting from pole position, we can hopefully continue to build. Yeah, everyone's gone hard tyre, so good job we made that choice. So then, we got Luti and Schrotter. Nexus, no, not Schrotter. Is it Schrotter? God, I can't remember. Who are you two? Who are you? Luti and Schrotter, I think. Anyway, yeah, Luti by side of us, and we're off to a decent start. I'm going to turn the power mode down for now, and we're going to bomb it into turn 1. Hopefully we can come out on top, and oh, Baldassari behind us. Someone's up our inside, and we lose out, but we get the second part, not quite. Can't get the second part, and it's Luti that comes out on top, and someone else is up my inside here, I think. So we're all over the back of Thomas Luti then. It's Marini. Ooh, Marini's made a good run up the inside of Schrotter through there, obviously, and we're trying to get Luti. No, Marini. Oh, Marini up the inside, and down we go. The bike is, oh, we're in stone dead last. Damage is critical as well. What is Luca Marini doing? Critical damage, and the bike isn't feeling great, and there's more crashes, and for the first time in our career mode we're involved in a really serious crash, which has damaged the bike. It's damaged our race. I was all over the back of him, and then Luca Marini up the inside. Oh, thinking back to, should I have given him more room? I don't know. I gave him as much as I could, and that's just unfortunate. Aggressive move from the AI. Obviously they ride like real players, and that's the consequence of it. Sometimes they wipe you out. So anyway, the bike is at critical damage in terms of aero, and if you, obviously it's not really reflected here, but on GP bikes you'd see it. So we're going to notice a lack of power, and not a lack of power, a lack of top end speed because of aero damage is going to give us drag, but also a lack of downforce, meaning on the brakes we're going to have to brake earlier. So I don't know if we can catch this pack up. Kind of tempted to save the bike, but that's annoying. Luca Marini, and he came out further up the road as well. That's what's annoying. Anyway, breaking to turn number 1. Yeah, it's absolutely shot. I'm going to retire from the race. A shame. We retired from this race last year, in the last season, because it's where we ran out of fuel, if you remember. Anyway, where did Marini finish? 24th. He didn't even make it up, so we wouldn't have made it up. So save the bike, save some money from damages, stuff like that. So P4 still in the championship, but they pull away. Me and Luca Marini both fall, what, 20 odd points, 25 odd points behind the front two. So that's annoying. A bit dramatic, that race. All ended on lap number 1. If you remember back to, was it 2018, when there was that big crash with Rossi, I think it was Vinales and Lorenzo. It felt like that sort of thing. So next up is the German Grand Prix. Start of the riders market window as well. So we might see some offers come through. And I don't know whether you get to take them that season or whether you have to wait for the season after. Not 100% sure, but I'm going to get on some of these engine and frame upgrades. So let's get in. We haven't got enough money to do it. At least not that one. We can do this one. Better distance. So let's go for this one. Yeah, we'll do the selected node and we'll get in and do the usual stuff on it. So here we are on qualifying them. Q2, we made it through with flying colours from Q1, and Baldassarri's lap time is a 23.3, which we are 3/10 under. So this could be an interesting track in qualifying, at least, because qualifying isn't my strong point. Well, Sachsenring isn't my strong point really, so let's see what we can do. We're just under 3/10 off. We were about half a second off through the second sector, so we gained it all in the third. Can we gain enough to take pole position in the final few corners then of the lap? Oh, bring it down nicely, get a half decent exit, a bit of a wheelie as well, but out the final corner. And yes, how did we gain 9/10 of a second in the last sector? We were 3/10 down at the end of the third, and then we go 6/10 quicker through one sector alone. So that was a really neat final corner. So on to the race then. It is going to be an interesting race. I'm really annoyed and disappointed about the first race of this episode. So I'm going to go for a hard rear because I know the left-hand side is going to take a beating. We've got 7 laps around here at the Sachsenring to try and get a podium. That is my aim today. Lots of soft and mediums out there, so maybe a hard rear isn't best, but I just know what is going to happen later in the race. The left hand side is going to completely give way, and I don't want that, and I don't want it to overheat either, and I struggle with the rear, so that's why you tend to see me going for a slightly harder compound in the rear. Lights are out then, and we're away for a half decent start. There's Baldassarri going side by side with us. We're going to have to watch out for those two up our inside. Of course, we're on the outside. I don't want to close in and fall again, like what happened at Catalonia, the last race, but we lose out 2 positions in one corner. That's not ideal. Lutti, who's absolutely on fire this season, and Baldassarri's ahead of him. Oh, Dalla Porta's through. And we slot into P4, so I need to try get a podium. That's my aim. What's he looking at? You bash your way through. Not me. Right, let's see if we can get them anywhere. So I know the last 2 sectors were good. So we'll do most of our overtakes in those sectors, I think. Now onto the back straight. We're in a little bit wide, but we're going to try and line ourselves up for the inside into the penultimate corner. And this is the sector where apparently we're almost a second quicker than the AI in qualifying. So we've got a strong last 2 corners, I think. And then chuck it into the final corner. Look, we really do gain through that final corner on Lutti there. We're pretty close, so I'm going to whack the engine mode up to into power mode 2 to try and get the job done. Look at the overspeed we have from his slipstream as well. Run it a bit deep though. And he's back through, but I had to try it while I was close. But I am back through now, but he's going to be on the outside. And no, he's not going to be able to hold it around the outside, so Lutti might struggle a bit around here. Maybe Baldassarri will do a better job. Let's see if Baldassarri runs away from us then. Like I say, I know the last 2 sectors were pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about the first 2 sectors. It's just the last 2 sectors where I'm going to need to push it to make up our time. So if I can do that, I will. Lutti's going to be all over the back of us though. Especially through the first 2 sectors. Hit the curb a little bit through that corner there. Up the top of the hill now, turn 9. Chuck it into turn 10. The left-handers are absolutely relentless. Look at the tyre wear out of the front tyre on the left and the rear, of course. 9/10 back. What can we do in the final sector then? It'll be interesting to see what our race pace difference is like in the final sector. It was a second quicker in qualifying. What's it going to be in the race? I can't remember what the gap was at 3rd sector now, but you guys can calculate it for me. So what was the Well, I think that's half a second maybe. 22.4, fast lap of the race from us. This could be our chance at redemption here, and we could take our first victory in the Moto2. I was hoping to take it out at Catalonia, but obviously that's not meant to be. So can we convert it here at Germany? 8 tenths off, you see, yeah, we'll lose 2 tenths in that first sector. And then this second sector's tricky. We need to close the gap to Baldassarri. 1.2, yeah, he's pulled out 4 tenths of a second through that. So that first sector, the gap's going to yo-yo. First half of the lap we lose, second half of the lap we gain. So it's going to make it an interesting race. Can we have push the overall pace in that first sector? 1 second now. See, we close it in. So the gap's 1 second. What is it? Through the final sector. I want to know what it is across the line, because that'll tell us how much extra pace we have in that last sector. So it was a second. What's it going to be now as we come out the final corner? Power mode 2 as well, just for extra pace. So 4 tenths difference in the race then. And the gap. So overall, we don't gain or lose any time. So it's down to us to try and push it in the first sector and second sector before Baldassarri figures out a way to go as quick as we do through the last sector, because the AI learn, and look at the gap that Baldassarri's pulled. We've pushed him so hard and he's going. See, again, we lose 2 tenths through the first sector. I think I need to push the braking zone, and already my left hand side of the tyre is wearing. I've pushed it so hard through that left hand side. Come on. Look at the gap now. He's looking, he's checking. What was the gap? Was it 1.2? I bet it was. I bet we're neck and neck. Oh, the rear through there. Did you see that? Oh, that was crazy. What's the gap now? A second. Ooh, he's on top now. What's the gap then as we cross the line? 7 tenths. Overall, he gained a tenth on us. But the left-hand side of the tyre is really taking a beating. I'm pushing it on the brakes. Oh, that's overcooked it. But I don't think we lost time, which is alright then. We overcooked it that much that we cancelled out any time we lost. 7 tenths of a second. Oh, in fact, we've maintained it through the first sector, I think, by the sounds of it. It's up here. It's up here we can't really find some pace. This turn 6, he runs it out a bit wider, so I followed his line this time. And this might enable us to close the gap, but he's still pulling away by the looks of it. Yeah, he's still pulled away 3 tenths through that. Let's see if I can close it down. I'm going to have to start lifting at the top of the hill now, because look, the tyre isn't holding on and we've lost our advantage. A second, the gap's maintained through the third sector. What about the final 2 corners then? This is interesting. Now through the final corner. It's relentless on the left hand side of the tyres. Look at the front tyre on the left hand side. 6 tenths. I don't know how I'm going to find the time to overtake him. He's just relentless. To be fair, he's probably saying the same thing about us, but into turn 1, because it's a right-hander, we can really push it. So if I can just rely and trust on our right-hand side of the tyre, then we should be good. Look, 6 tenths of a second through that. If we can just hook up a nice second sector, we might be alright. You're just tiptoeing around here, trying to not ask for too much from the rear, but oh, we're gonna have to start lifting. 7 tenths is the closest we've been all race, but it's not paying off for us. I'm gonna power mode to it. I'm just gonna have to hook it up nicely through here. Like I say, a bit of a lift helped us out that time, and we're overall closer. I think this is the closest we've been all race. We might be able to do something into the final corner. Power mode 2. This is throwing all my cards on the table here. This is where we're going to have to do it and just try hold on for the final lap. We're all over the back of him. I was very cautious asking for the power. Can we send one up the inside? Nope. We risked it all and it didn't pay off and we lost time. Would have been better trying to get him into turn 1. That's the best first corner we've done all race. It's not over yet. We've got the rest of this lap to try and take our first win in Moto 2. Otherwise, I feel like we're never going to get a win in Moto 2. You're far off in this sector. I feel like our tyres have had it. Couldn't quite go after him. But look at the rear. What's the gap behind? I have no idea. We're going to find out at the end, I think. Come on. He's going to get lucky, I think, and hold on. Well, he's not. He's been so good. Here we go then. Commit. Just haven't got the grip anymore from the front to drag it around. Look at the left-hand side of the front tyre. Oh, we've really pushed it. Oh, I can't ask for any more power. We gave it our all, but in the end, we're going to settle for second place. Baldassari, what a ride. I take a bow. We were 8 seconds clear of the rest of the field. That was absolutely crazy stuff. What a race that was. That was such a fun race. Tell you what, that is such a fun race. So that has been it for today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed. We move up into 3rd in the Riders' Championship, so good for us in the end. But that has been it for today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.
There might be a touch of bitterness due to the lack of victory, but the second place finish will earn him 20 precious points, meaning he's still in the running for the next few races.